Why I like The League of Gentlemen. The League of Gentlemen is a four-way group of British comedy writers and performers who first met in late 1994 and consist of Jeremy Dyson, Mark Gatiss, Steve Pemberton and Ray Shearsmith. Originally starting as a stage show, they took their name from a title of a Jack Hawkins movie, and thus The League of Gentlemen were born. Over the next few years, performing on stages all across the country, the group picked up numerous and highly critical awards and soon made the leap to the TV screen. A total of 3 series of The League of Gentlemen were produced for the BBC, with the first airing in 1999, the second in 2000, with a Christmas special broadcast that same year, and then a third in 2002. This was followed by a film, The League of Gentlemen's Apocalypse, which was released in 2005. Not wanting to forget their roots and contain themselves to the TV studio, the League also embarked on 2 live stage shows during the series run. The first, The League of Gentlemen Live, was performed in 2002, and the second, The League of Gentlemen Are Behind You, was performed in 2005. Set in the fictional town of Royston Vasey, the League actors, Gatiss, Pemberton and Shearsmith, played pretty much all the characters of the town, be they male or female or both. The show was as much about horror as it is about humour, with killer shopkeepers, abusive restart officers, cross-dressing, genetically confused taxi drivers, and a truly bizarre circus master.
Hello, Dave!
I like The League of Gentlemen because the characters are a step up from what you normally expect from a sketch show, and amusingly for me, most of them are just downright evil. There's far too many characters to cover in this quickie, so I'll fill you in on a brief run of some of my favourites. Tubbs and Edward, a brother and sister with a son called David who reside in the local shop overlooking Royston Vasey, fear any customer who enters, and through the course of the first 2 series, they managed to kill just about anybody who sought to seek a purchase from the local shop, mainly because they weren't local.
They won't get far!
How they actually view the term local isn't fully explained either, as they murder anyone who threatens their world, be they visiting the town or just from the town itself.
We didn't burn him!
They ultimately met their end at the conclusion of Series 2, when they were burnt alive, ironically for a crime they didn't commit, and waltzed to the kingdom of Swansea. Hey, I'm from Swansea! Only to be resurrected at the beginning of Series 3, start to walk to London to begin a new life, and promptly get run over by a train, although they're once again inexplicably revived for the movie.
I made a little brown fish.
The Dentons, who live in the residential area of Vasey, are introduced through their nephew Benjamin, who visits the town at the start of the first series. Harvey Denton breeds toads,
my finest specimens, Sonny and Cher.
And together with his wife Val, have 2 children, Chloe and Radcliffe. The Dentons run a strict household, which means no masturbation.
In this house, we don't masturbate.
A new day, and they also drink their own urine in the morning. One of the more interesting characters was Pauline, who works at the job centre as a restart officer. She loves her job, but hates the people she works with, and fears they'll all run off and get jobs, leaving her unemployed.
I'd be sat here next to Mr. Waddylove, stinking of shit.
As the 3 series progressed, Pauline probably had the biggest growth and character arc. She started as a villain.
You can shout out as many jobs as you like, Ross. You're never gonna bloody get one, you worthless dull scum.
And through the series run, she evolved into a sympathetic character and eventually found happiness with the local vicar. And finally, possibly the League's most infamous creation comes in the form of Papa Lazarou. Inspired by a landlord Pemberton and Shearsmith used to have, and played with unabolished glee by Shearsmith, Lazarou appeared in the first episode of the second series and gained such a following that he was brought back for a cameo at the end of the Xmas special, before taking on a bigger appearance in the final episode of Series 3. The character is a total freak who runs a circus, collects women so he can put them into his animals, and christens them all Dave.
Dave. Dave.
Now, I never said it would make sense, but I always enjoyed it for its morbidly dark, very memorable and hilarious characters, and its gothic horror-esque settings. And that's why I like The League of Gentlemen.
You're my